South Park has given us great episodes, but the same show also gave us episodes we hated. Today, we are ranking the 5 most loved and the 5 most hated episodes of all time. Number 5, best category, The Losing Edge. If you grew up stuck in Little League, this episode hits different. The boys sign up for baseball, but instead of chasing trophies, they spend the whole season trying to lose on purpose so they won't have to play anymore.
Strike! Yeah!
Yeah! All right! Damn it! Come on, kid, you got at least swing at it.
Meanwhile, Randy goes full psycho sports dad. He gets drunk, heckles other parents, and turns every game into Fight Club. The gag that made history? Randy throwing down in the stands and screaming, "I thought this was America."
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was in America. I'm sorry.
After every brawl, it's still one of the most quoted lines in South Park. What makes it stick is how dead on it feels. Every kid who played Little League remembers that one dad in the bleachers who thought it was the World Series. Trey and Matt nailed both sides, the kids being over it, and Randy turning Saturday baseball into a street fight. That mix of relatable and ridiculous is why The Losing Edge lands in the best tier.
I'm not gonna go.
What?
Stan's Little League game, I'm not gonna go.
Why?
I just don't think I can, alright?
You don't think you can? This is the biggest game of your son's life. Why wouldn't you go and support him with...
Because I'm scared, alright?
It's simple, it's nonstop funny, and it gave Randy one of his greatest moments ever.
Let's all hear it for Cobham's big fat ass! Oh. Do British people count as an ethnicity for hate crimes? Nah. Sweet.
Number 5, worst category, Pip. Pip throws out the entire cast and gives you a straight retelling of Great Expectations. Malcolm McDowell narrates it like you're stuck watching a school video, and the whole thing plays out like a dry love story with Pip front and center. That's it.
Pip, where have you been? A lovely day, isn't it?
What the hell's lovely about it? Joe teach this boy some bloody cynicism.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'd just like to keep to me blacksmithing.
No Cartman blow-ups, no Kenny gag, not even a Randy meltdown to save it. This was the first time an episode felt like work.
This way, you pathetic squirt of vaginal discharge. This way, you beef-witted, shriveled-up monkey's penis.
You didn't sit down for South Park to get a Dickens lesson. Pip's polite British act wasn't funny, it wasn't relatable, and it killed the energy the show had built by that point.
But do you know anything about them? About how they work?
Oh, I don't know about that. I just like to keep to me blacksmithing.
Do you think that a girl who is rich and educated would ever want to be with a blacksmith?
Oh.
Watching it back now, it's obvious why this one bombed. Nobody quotes it, nobody rewatches it, and even Trey Parker later admitted they should have cut it.
26 baby bunnies.
I don't want to. I don't see the point in this.
What?
I don't want to kill any more of them.
There! You see? You do have a heart!
For a show built on characters blowing up every situation, Pip's quiet, proper routine was dead air. That's why Pip is stuck at the bottom. Not because it was too wild, but because it was the one thing South Park should never be: boring.
Young man, I know you don't remember it, but your name was L. Ron Hubbard. You revealed a secret which began the whole Church of Scientology.
Number 4, best category, Trapped in the Closet. If you want the definition of South Park being fearless, this is it. Stan gets mistaken for the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard.
I'm nothing. I'm a failure in the eyes of the prophet. Ah!
Hey! Dude, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Go away!
Tom Cruise shows up, and when Stan calls him a bad actor, Cruise locks himself in Stan's closet. The gag keeps building. Tom Cruise refuses to come out, John Travolta joins him, and then R. Kelly shows up to sing his dramatic narration of the whole mess.
Ask myself, why won't Tom Cruise just come out the closet? Nobody has no answers. And so I pull out my gun. Tell me why Tom Cruise in the closet or else I'm gonna shoot someone.
It's absurd. It drags way too long on purpose, and that's what makes it hilarious. Then comes the knockout. This is what Scientologists actually believe, flashes across the screen. No parody, no exaggeration, just their doctrine laid out bluntly, and it's already ridiculous.
I've waited 42 years for this day. Sir, don't you all see what this means? There was only one person who ever registered OT9 in the history of our church.
The backlash was huge. Tom Cruise fumed. Scientology lost it. Isaac Hayes quit the show, and Comedy Central felt the heat, and fans couldn't stop quoting it. That's why Trapped in the Closet is a classic. It didn't need gore. It rattled Hollywood and gave fans a closet gag that's still legendary.
After witnessing the phenomenon firsthand, the Pope then cleaned himself off and then declared that the Bleeding Virgin Mary statue is not a miracle.
Number 4. Worst category, Bloody Mary. If you watched this live in 2005, you probably remember the hype more than the jokes. The premise had everything set up for peak Randy.
I need a miracle way more than these people. I'm an alcoholic, and I'm powerless over it. I understand. My brother's an alcoholic. Here, let me push you to the front of the line. Oh, bless you, sir. Bless you. Excuse me, out of the way, please. Alcoholic coming through.
He gets a DUI, hits rock bottom, then stumbles into a Virgin Mary statue spraying blood and calls it a miracle cure. The Pope even shows up to weigh in. It should have been one of those over-the-top Randy classics. Instead, it fell flat. The bleeding statue was the only gag, and once you'd seen it, the episode had nothing else. No wild escalation, no sharp twist, just the same visual over and over.
It's a miracle.
What people remember is the outrage. Catholic groups protested, Comedy Central yanked reruns, and the controversy made headlines. But the problem wasn't that it was too offensive. The problem was that it wasn't funny.
Dad, what are you doing?
I gotta drive to Bailey.
Dad, you're drunk. You're not driving a car.
No, Stan, you don't understand.
Watching Randy hang his entire cure on one gross-out gag got old quick, and the rest of the story never picked up the slack. That's why Bloody Mary ends up on the worst list. It wasn't too much for South Park. It wasn't enough.
Hello, ma'am. I'm working to clean up the neighborhood from parasites. Do you mind if I take a quick look around your house? I'm afraid you may have hippies.
Number 3, best category, Die Hippie Die. Few episodes capture South Park's absurdity better than Die Hippie Die. The town gets overrun by a massive hippie festival, and the only one with a plan is Cartman.
I designed a vehicle that can bore its way through even the densest hippie crowd. The pilots inside would be safe from the pot smoke and the crappy music outside.
You're actually suggesting that somebody drives right into the heart of that mob? It's a suicide mission.
His solution? Build a giant drill, blast Slayer's raining blood, and tunnel under the crowd like it's a doomsday movie. What makes it work is how it skewers everyone. Hippies get roasted as smug slackers who want to change the world by doing nothing.
Yeah, man, the corporations. Right now, they're raping the world for money.
Yeah, so where are they? Let's go get them.
Right now, we're proving we don't need corporations. We don't need money.
At the same time, Cartman looks like a lunatic treating it like an alien invasion. He's not a savior, he's insane, and that's why it's hilarious. The episode balances parody with pure spectacle. It's equal parts disaster flick, music video, and Cartman power trip.
Oh, man, not cool.
This music is so angry. This is killing my buzz.
Let's bail on this whole angry scene.
Slayer blasting during Cartman's rampage probably burned itself into your brain. That's why Die Hippie Die stays near the top. It's brutal, loud, and ridiculous, and it gave Cartman one of his most over-the-top victories.
Listen, Mitchell, I put my life on the line every day. How dare you accuse me?
Oh, I bet this is it. Here it comes.
I'm doing my job, Frank. We have to know where that evidence was shipped.
Oh, was that it? Was that it?
Shipped. He said shipped.
I told you we don't have a record of that.
Number 3, worst category, It Hits the Fan. When It Hits the Fan dropped, everyone watching thought this was about to be legendary. Comedy Central finally let Trey and Matt say shit, uncensored, and the show went all in. 162 times in 22 minutes, with a counter ticking on screen.
Yes, but only in the figurative noun form or the adjective form.
Huh?
You can only use it in the non-literal sense. For instance, that's a shitty picture of me is now fine.
At first, it was hilarious. Sitting there as a teenager, you couldn't believe they were getting away with it. But by the time the 5th minute hit, the joke was already running on fumes. The writers tried to prop it up with a side story, the town unleashing a medieval curse, people puking blood in the streets, and knights showing up to enforce censorship.
It's too strong. We cannot fight.
That thing has really got sand in its vagina.
It eats it. That's it.
Hey, bummer, dude. What a stupid voice. It's okay. The curse has been lifted.
Watching it now, it feels less like satire and more like Trey and Matt seeing how long they could drag one gag. Nobody walks around repeating the plague plot. They just remember the number 162. That's why It Hits the Fan sits on the worst list. It wasn't shocking, it wasn't clever, it was South Park betting everything on one gimmick that burned out before halftime.
Yay! All right, now come on, open presents, open presents! Yeah, open mine first, Dan. It's the red one.
Number 2, best category. You're getting old. This one hit fans in the gut. South Park went quiet and depressing. Stan turns 10 and suddenly everything he loves feels like garbage. Songs literally sound like shit. Food tastes bland. Conversations go nowhere. The kicker is the ending.
We both are, obviously. How much longer can we keep doing this? It's like the same shit just happens over and over, and then in a week it just all resets until it happens again.
Randy and Sharon split. Stan isolates himself, and a montage plays with no jokes, no reset. Just silence and sadness. And in the middle of it, you see Stan drinking whiskey.
Kyle! Hey, Stan. Dude, I'm sorry. I've been a shitty friend. I miss my buddy. You were right. Adam Sandler is fucking hysterical. Stan, are you all right? Yeah, dude, I totally get it now.
He's 10, already numbing himself, which made the whole thing land even darker. Fans thought Trey and Matt were walking away from the series because it felt like a curtain call. When you were younger, the gag was, ha ha, everything is shit. Watching it as an adult, it feels way heavier. Burnout, cynicism, the hobbies and music you grew up with losing their spark. It's the rare South Park episode that doesn't go for laughs. It mirrors real life. That's why You're Getting Old is ranked so high. It doesn't shock with gore. It unsettles because it's real.
There is something out there which threatens our very existence and may be the end to the human race as we know it. I'm talking, of course, about ManBearPig.
Number 2, worst category, ManBearPig. Back in 2006, ManBearPig felt like classic South Park. Al Gore barges into town screaming about a monster, half man, half bear, half pig, and the boys brush him off as a joke.
It is a creature which roams the earth alone. It is half man, half bear, and half pig.
Fans laughed because Gore was already seen as the awkward, desperate politician from An Inconvenient Truth, and South Park turned that into pure parody. If you watched this back then, the gag worked. Gore chasing shadows while Cartman and the boys rolled their eyes was funny because it made climate warnings look over the top. But watching it now hits different.
In certain areas of the cave, the wind actually blows through, causing a sound you can hear.
Take a picture of the sound, Stephen.
Mr. Gore, I think we should stay with the tour group.
Wait! Shh!
The more obvious climate change became, the worse this episode aged. Instead of sharp satire, it started to feel like denial. Trey and Matt eventually admitted they got it wrong. In season 22, they brought ManBearPig back to wreak havoc on South Park, a literal apology to the audience. By then, the damage was done. The original felt less like fearless parody and more like a swing that missed the entire point. ManBearPig is memorable for the wrong reasons. It's the episode you look back on and think, yeah, they whiffed that one. And that's why it sits near the bottom.
Likewise. Well, come on, you've got to see the pony.
Just a second, don't you want to taste my chili first?
Well, yeah, but there's a special guest coming, and I want you to be near the pony when they arrive.
Well, I don't want it to get cold. I think I can win first prize.
Number 1. Best category, Scott Tenorman Must Die. This is the crown jewel. What starts as a petty feud, Scott tricking Cartman into buying pubes, turns into the darkest revenge plot the show ever pulled off. Cartman doesn't just get even. He orchestrates a plan that ends with Scott eating chili made from his own parents.
What they didn't tell you was that Jenkins is a crazy redneck who shoots trespassers on sight. Knowing that you would go and try to do something to the pony, I warned Mr. Jenkins that violent pony killers were in the area.
The reveal is stone cold. Cartman walks Scott through every step while licking his tears and laughing like a comic book villain. And just to twist the knife, Radiohead shows up, Scott's favorite band, only to call him pathetic and walk away. This was the turning point for Cartman. Before this, he was a spoiled brat.
Okay, Cartman, what do you want? Stan, Kyle, thanks for coming. I've got it all figured out. Got what all figured out? How to get Scott Tenorman back. Oh, Jesus. I've just finished planning a brilliant little scheme that should put Scott in his place for good.
After this, he was pure evil. It redefined his character and proved South Park could be horrifying and funny in the same breath. That's why Scott Tenorman Must Die is still #1. It wasn't a gimmick, it was a perfectly built story with one of the coldest payoffs in animation history.
Hey, Philip, pull my finger. All right, Terrence. Oh, wait, pull harder. Well, all right.
#1, worst category, Terrence and Philip, Not Without My Anus. Season 1 ended on a massive tease. Who is Cartman's dad? Fans spent weeks waiting for the reveal, Comedy Central hyped it, and everyone tuned in ready for answers.
Uh-oh. Oh, you got me, Terrence. Yes, I should have.
Instead, the premiere opened with Terrence and Philip farting their way through a full episode called Not Without My Anus. No Cartman, no Stan, Kyle, or Kenny. No payoff to the cliffhanger, just 40 minutes of Canadian fart jokes. At the time, it wasn't edgy or clever. It felt like Trey and Matt were trolling their own audience.
What are you doing, Scott? I'm wishing cancer upon you. Cancer? That's right. I'm trying to give you cancer with my mind.
Ah, stop that.
Hey, don't give me cancer.
If you watched this when it aired, you were so pissed that there was no reveal. The backlash was instant. Ratings dropped, Comedy Central got flooded with angry letters, and fans were furious that their cliffhanger had been swapped out for bathroom humor. Trey and Matt thought it was a hilarious April Fool's prank. For the viewers, it was betrayal. This one stings because it burned trust. The dad reveal eventually came, but the damage was done. Not Without My Anus is still remembered as the worst episode in South Park history.
A haiku called Time to Kill Dr. Jeff.
Would you like a monkey claw, Philip?
Yes, please.
And is being ripped apart by 1,000 monkeys.
The monkey claw is smelly. Come on, get a move on. I ain't getting any.
Not because of the jokes, but because of how hard it let people down. South Park's track record proves one thing. This show can swing from legendary to dumpster fire overnight, but that gamble is why people keep watching almost 30 years later. So now it's your turn. What's the one South Park episode you'll defend forever, and which one makes you want to skip the rewatch? Speaking of legendary, have you watched South Park's most loved and most hated characters ranked? Click here to check it out.